Hey everybody, Richard Maxwell here for the Arcadia High School Creative Musical Arts and Sciences program. This is our podcast, new for this year. This is episode 18 on December 15th. This week's episode features an interview with Dr. Menzel, our superintendent, and some members of the Arcadia cross-country team. We've got some really wonderful content for you here today. I did want to mention, sometimes things just happen unexpectedly. The audio is fantastic. The kids worked so hard to make sure that these interviews were well produced. Had a glitch in our cameras, and we're not really sure what happened. We've since addressed it. We've come up with a solution for this episode, but you'll see some visuals that are a little bit different. But I just wanted to be clear that these kids work so hard and make so many amazing things happen. This is episode 18 of this first semester. Every single week they've been making this happen, along with original music, EPs, concerts. As I'm recording this, we are about to do what I believe is our 43rd or 44th performance of the school year. I'm not kidding. It's unbelievable what these folks accomplish. I'm so proud of them, and I'm so glad that they come here every day to learn this stuff and do all the amazing things they do. Hope you enjoy the episode, and thank you so much for tuning in and supporting these kids. Remember, you can check out our recordings archive and a whole lot more content at arcadiacmas.com, and enjoy. Thanks.
Welcome back to another podcast episode. I'm your host, Lily Trieu, here today. I believe this is episode 18. I have a special guest here today, Dr. Menzel, the superintendent of the district. Hello.
Well, hello.
Hello. Before we get started here, I'd like to introduce Blais. She's running cameras and helped out with audio today. We could not be doing this segment without her. So I'm just going to ask you a couple questions, and this is a little basic interview we do here with our special guests, our weekly special guests. So I guess I'd like to start off, why did you want a job in education? What made you pursue like a job in education or administration in education?
So initially I didn't. I went to college to get a degree in religion, and I thought I was going to be a pastor. And then I realized that actually wasn't my calling. So I went and got a graduate degree in philosophy and social policy. Weren't a lot of jobs available for people with degrees in philosophy and social policy, but I found work doing school-to-work transition, and it was in Washington, D.C., working on programs that help students think about what they wanted to do after high school.
Oh, that's
great.
And
that's where I got my passion for school. And then I did workforce development for 6 years before becoming a superintendent at the age of 33. And so I've been doing superintendent work for 22 years.
That's incredible. I guess we just took up three of my questions there. Where did you start off? You taught in D.C. I love D.C. D.C. is absolutely beautiful.
It's a fascinating city. I loved my 3 years there. I decided I didn't want to raise a family there, so my wife and I moved back to Michigan, which is where I spent most of my career. But D.C. is an amazing place.
Yeah. I went there on an 8th grade field trip, actually. So what is the average day of a superintendent? What's your daily routine?
So no day is like any other day. So there are all sorts of surprises. I start early. I generally get in the office by 6:30, and I won't get home until 8 o'clock tonight. It varies in terms of the number of meetings, a ton of meetings.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And then there are also the highlights of my day are when I get to get out and visit our schools. We have 29 school buildings in Scottsdale Unified School District.
29. Exactly.
So that's an opportunity for me to see what's going on with our students and experience what they're experiencing in school.
So as you just said, you run a bunch of schools. My question is, because I reached out to your secretary to schedule this podcast. I want to know why. Why come here? Why'd you say yes?
Why come to Arcadia?
Yeah, why come to CMAS?
So, CMAS is actually a very special program, and Mr. Maxwell reached out to me shortly after I arrived. It was during COVID. There are opportunities to actually experience what CMAS provided online. I've had an opportunity to visit this with state elected officials. We stopped by to visit a few weeks ago. And the opportunity to be able to just talk with you to see what your podcast is all about and learn a little bit more about the program. I think it's a great chance for me.
Yeah. Have you watched some of our podcasts before?
Now, that I haven't done. So I've watched CMAS when some of the other productions, but I haven't watched the podcast, so I need the link.
It's on our... All right. shameless plug here. Check out our Arcadia YouTube channel, which is where you're watching this, or our website, arcadiacmas.com. We found out that not a lot of people know we have a YouTube channel, which is where we live stream and do all of our events. So if you want to go check us out there, that'd be absolutely amazing if you're watching this on our website. And then if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, go ahead and watch us on our really cool website that was donated and helped out from a parent of a student, arcadiacmas.com. And don't forget our social media, our Arcadia CMAS Instagram. Sorry, shameless plug.
Very cool.
Okay, so now let's get into a couple music questions. So, what's your fave style of music? Do you have any musical experience as well?
So this is a trick question. I've been asked this before, and I was told I gave the wrong answer.
Wow.
Because so
I don't think there's a wrong answer.
I'm an old soul, and so I said I like Simon and Garfunkel, and I'm not sure anybody knows who Simon and Garfunkel is, but maybe some people do. But that's music from the '60s. I grew up in the '80s, and so Van Halen, Chicago Air Supply, some good music from my perspective. I don't listen to a ton of music now because I generally am listening to news radio and trying to keep up with current events. I also am a fan of gospel music. I love gospel choirs in particular.
I love gospel music. I love the sound of a choir. I was actually in choir for a couple years.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get one back here at Arcadia High School.
Oh yeah, I hope so too. We actually my friend Kelly, if you're not aware, she made a song for Songwriter Night, and she wrote a choir arrangement for it. And so I was able to sing in that choir for her and do backing vocals. We will hope to expand that. So we have this another music question. Do you have any musical experience yourself?
So I took band in high school.
Nice.
I'm not naturally talented. My wife and daughters are far more talented than I am, so I have an appreciation. I can sing, but not sing well. I work hard to get the harmonies right, but it takes a lot of work and practice. But I'm a lover of vocal music and instrumental music and of all different kinds of genre. I wish that I could do more. But I do appreciate those who have talents. Yeah.
Okay. We have this kind of fun question. I've asked it maybe once or twice in the past. We call it the Desert Island albums. I found out what it was and I found it. So, you know the question, if you were stuck on a desert island, what would you bring? And everyone says a boat, but you can't bring a boat. So, if you were stuck on a desert island, you could only listen to 3 albums the rest of your life. What would you pick? I'll give you some time to think.
Yeah, that one's really, really hard. First, the fact you've thrown me for a loop because you asked me which 3 albums would I bring. And it's been, 20 years since we've talked about albums? I mean, we've gone from CDs and cassettes and, so albums are old and new. I guess they're in again. I have to think about which 3. I would probably want some easy listening music to relax. I'd probably want something high energy. I was thinking about Van Halen and Go Ahead Jump. I just like that. The synthesizer hard and get some energy going. And the third one I need to think about, probably something that would be soundtrack to a musical. I love musicals.
I love musicals. I'm a theater kid, actually.
Wonderful.
I love musicals.
I just went and saw Les Mis at Gamage.
Yeah. I couldn't go. I had tickets, but I couldn't go, sadly.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know.
You know that the actor who played Jean Valjean graduated from Chaparral High School.
Really?
Amazing vocals. Just phenomenal.
That's so cool. I did not know that. So as we are closing now and our timer is about to go off, okay, I'm the announcer for our live streams most of the time, and a few people switch in and out. And we have this segment called the dad joke segment when we switch out. Where when people are transitioning on the stage, because that takes time. So to entertain, we have this book called the Dad Joke Book. And I was wondering, as well as Maxwell, he's also a fellow lover of dad jokes, if you would please pick the best dad joke we have from the book. Because he mentioned it, and I was like, because we're having like a little contest right now. It's okay. I got it, Blais. So this book was actually gifted to him by a couple of students, which I think is pretty cool. So option number 1. Our family is like fine cheese. We get funkier with age. Knock, knock. Who's there? Do who? Do something about your room. It's a mess. I've read this one a couple times. What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn? This is a very long book, but I just wanted to share something that's actually kind of fun we do at CMAS. It's the dad joke book. It's a classic, and it's actually pretty fun. So
I had a very bad dad joke experience last week visiting Laguna Elementary. And the winner of the spelling bee had his medal, and I said, what was your word that you had to spell that was the winning word? And he said, orange. And I said, aren't you glad you got that word? Very bad.
I love Orange You Glads. They're so funny. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. I know you are very busy. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here. Thank you to Blais for running cameras and doing sound for us, as well as and then as a last thank you, we got you your own your very own CMAS shirt.
That is awesome.
I only have one hand, so I can't show it off completely, but
I will wear it with pride. Absolutely.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule once again. That was a segment with Dr. Menzel, the superintendent of the entire Scottsdale Unified School District. I'm Lily Trieu. I'm your host. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and yeah, bye.
Welcome back. Not welcome back, but it's it's a new podcast. And I'm here with the cross country team and some of the track members, or all of them, I think. Yep. I have some questions for you guys, right? What is cross country and track, if you guys did it, and why did you guys join it?
So cross country is essentially long distance running, so it's very rigorous training, but it's essentially a race where you run a 5K, which is pretty much 3.1 miles, and that's kind of what cross country is. It's just running, and track is kind of the same, but there's different distances like short, medium, long. And I personally joined cross country because I started track and I was a 4x4 runner, so I was medium distance, and I did an 800, and the cross country coach wanted me to do long distance track, but since I was already in 4x4, I couldn't, and so he wanted me to join cross country, and my friend Kate here and I actually joined together, so that was kind of one of the biggest reasons that I joined.
Yeah, I just kind of joined because she joined, and I just wanted to continue, working out for track. I was originally, short distance, 100 meters, 200 meters, but I definitely like long distance better, so.
All right.
I joined cross country first when I was in middle school, and I had to choose between doing basketball and cross country, and back in 6th grade, and my friend decided to do cross country, so I joined with her, and I'm still doing it today. Just proves how fun it is and how much I wanted to continue doing it.
And I joined cross country because I just did it for funsies, also because I liked running a lot. And that's pretty much it.
Those are really interesting ones, especially you. You kind of joined because she joined. Yeah. It's kind of followed the leader a little bit.
Yeah. I definitely did not want to do cross country at first, but it definitely ended up being one of the best things. So.
How is long distance? Is it difficult? Is it difficult than track when it comes to distancing?
I mean, any running is difficult. Running is a hard thing no matter what distance you're running. And especially within your first 2 weeks of practicing, even if you were a runner the year before and you're coming back for your new season, it's really hard to ease back into it. But once you do and you train at the level that you're supposed to train at, it can be really fun, and it can be something that you grow in, and it can be difficult, but it's definitely something that's very satisfying once you do have a new record or a new time of running or new paces and stuff like that. But I mean, any distance is hard. Even if you're a sprinter, it's a lot of muscle strength, but long distance, a lot of endurance. So it just kind of depends on the type of person you are and what your strengths are.
All right. Is there any like positions like how track does have 100 meters, 200 meters, or is it just 800 and above?
For cross country, so it kind of depends on the actual meets itself. For example, we have a meet up in Flagstaff, and I don't remember what the meet itself is called, but it's for newer runners, and they actually don't run a 5K. They only run, I think...
They run like
the
2
freshmen
miles.
run 2 miles.
Yeah, so the freshmen will run 2 miles as a way to kind of have a fair playground of everybody. But other than that, it's usually just a 5K.
Just a 5K?
Yeah.
Me personally, 5Ks like seem like a lot. It sounds really difficult, especially like and it's kind of good that you guys don't start them at 5K and like a little bit less, because I feel like if you do start them at 5K, like you're like, it's going to be really difficult and you're going to make them like hate running.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly, did you do the freshman race your first year?
Yeah,
How was that?
last year I was a freshman and I ran the 2-mile race in Flagstaff. Flagstaff is a higher elevation, so it makes it a lot harder for people that are coming from like Phoenix to run in Flagstaff. And I remember even in the 2-mile race, it was hard for me. But this year I ran the 5K, and because I trained more this year, it just depends on how much you trained. Cross country is really a mental sport. So if you mentally want to keep going, you can. And if you believe in yourself, you can get a higher score.
Yeah, I think that was perfectly said.
Have you guys like, because like your season, I'm pretty sure, has it ended yet?
It did. It ended in November, like early November.
All right. So, like, have you guys or any one of you medaled, or anyone on your team has medaled yet, or has at all?
Yeah, so for me personally, I went to state, which was exciting. We were.
Congrats.
Thank you. I was injured all season, so it was really exciting to still make it. And we also had one of our boys, Chase Braden. He also made it to state, which was really exciting, and he did a lot of great things this year. And he really growed as a runner. And I'm pretty sure we had some other people medal this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the JV girls medaled. Some of the varsity girls even medaled.
Yeah.
There was a lot of medaling this year.
Yeah, there was.
At the district meet, I ran a lot of varsity races, but at district, I ran the JV race, and and I got 4th place, and I medaled in that race. That was pretty nice.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
You did good on that
Especially
race.
because I thought only the top 3 were going to medal, and then I got a medal, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
No, it's also because she said that only the top 3 can
Yeah.
medal. So
Yeah.
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 It reminded me when I was in middle school, and I got 4th in the district then, too. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josephine, did you medal at all?
Oh yeah, I medaled. Just like on one race though, but
Well, that's nice. All you guys have medal.
Yeah.
That's good. Congrats to you all.
Thank you.
When medaling, like, what was the feeling of it? Or, like, describe, like, one of your races. Like, I know I have a friend in cross country. He medaled, actually. He had a medal, and he was describing how, like, horrible it was because it was raining. One of the meets I remembered he was telling me about, it was raining. So, like, how was your experience, like, with the rain and running? And because there was a lot of mud involved.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we did actually have a meet.
A few races in the rain.
Yeah, we did have a few races in the rain, but this one specifically was pretty bad. It was Nike Cross Regionals.
Yeah, it's like an off-season race.
Yeah, so you have to qualify for it, but it was raining really hard. It was like that one rain we got in November in like the first week, and it was super bad. The course was extremely muddy. You had to kind of like brace your knees in so that you wouldn't slip in the mud. And, there was mud all over us when we finished. We had mud all up our backs, all on our shoes. And I mean, yeah, it was fun though. Like, you just have to kind of take what you have and make the most of it. And I mean, running in the rain is never going to be fun if you think of it in a negative way. But as long as you make the most of it, I don't know. I thought it was fun for me personally.
Yeah. I honestly feel like running in the rain is easier than running when it's like 100 degrees outside.
True.
Because
Definitely.
at least you're not like dying of heat stroke.
Yeah.
So
I didn't do that race because I'm in soccer right now, but I remember I saw on Evra's Instagram story that she posted a picture of her shoes like completely covered in mud.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But that's what makes it fun, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend, he also posted his shoes. He had to like do something for his teacher, and then he like recorded a video. It was just pouring raining. Like mud was all over him, like his shoes. Like I had never seen so much mud on a person ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a good way to end the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing, since you guys are like very happy about how the season ended, how has it affected you like along the way, like from start to finish?
So for me personally, before starting cross country or even track, I was really shy and like I had very low self-esteem, and coming into cross country allowed me to like have a community where there was people who were there to relate to me. Like all of us know how hard it is to get through a race, no matter what levels we're at, no matter if we're in JV or varsity, or, you know, if we're even not running. We understand the mental power and the mental struggle that these people running in the race are going through. And I think that's something that's really special. And with that, I've gone from being a very shy person to having these people that I could talk to. And that actually allowed me to become a captain for the team. And that was something that was really special to me, even more than all the medals or personal records that I've gotten, because I don't know, it's really nice to have people who confide in you and, you know, want your opinions on things or want your advice on how to run. It's something really special. And so that's one of the biggest things that I've gained is this community that cross country and even track has built, and just the confidence that running has given me, knowing that I can do a lot more than I think in my head. You know, if I just get past that mental block of, oh, you can't do that, or oh, you can't go any faster, you can't go any longer. It's a very satisfying sport once you pass that finish line, no matter what the time is.
Yeah, I think cross country is definitely more of like a team sport than people like think it is, because like, yeah, you're running by yourself. Like when it comes down to the race, it is like up to you, but like everything else leading up to that, like everyone becomes really good friends and everyone works together and everyone runs together. And like, it's just a really good community. Like Kaileena said, you know, everyone's friends, everyone goes through the same thing. We can all relate to each other because we're all running, and it's just like overall really good because of that.
The community in cross country is just so amazing. The people are all so nice to each other. The people in cross country make me want to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to go to practice. Like, if it were any other team, I don't think I would be up that early. And I've played sports with other teams, and people aren't always that nice to each other in other sports. But in cross country, like, even the other teams, everyone's supporting each other. Like, we have friends I run with from other schools, and we're all nice to each other because we all know what everyone's going through. It's just the people in cross country are so nice and so amazing. It's just an amazing sport.
Yeah, and I feel like it was like easy to make friends in cross country because like there wasn't like a lot of expectations. It's just like we're just all like running together, you know what I mean? So that's how I also made like a lot of my friends was through the sport.
Yeah.
I like how all your experiences are like really positive and there's no like negatives about like the people there. I hope there wasn't. I'm really glad, guys, you had like a really fun season. I know like from my friends, like you guys were having so much fun. You guys were doing some running in like I don't think it was Tempe, but like up like a like either the green belt or like some type of like trail. And my friend always talks about like it's such a, like a like good run and everything else. And sometimes I'll look at him crazy because he'll tell me like the length of it, and I'm like, I don't think that was, I don't know about that one. That seems very long to me. And he's like and he has tried to convince me to he has also tried to convince me to join cross country too, and I couldn't do it. But this season, I'm gonna try to do track, and I hope I do have those same experiences with running like how you guys did. What do you have to say about people like me joining like either cross country for next season or track for this season?
I think that, joining track and cross country are great sports for people who have never done a sport or are beginning out in a sport, or they just want to keep in shape for another sport that they have, because there's no tryouts. Like, you are on the team no matter what level you are on, and the whole goal of cross country and track is to get you to a place where you can run comfortably at whatever pace you are at. And that also includes, growing as a runner and, challenging yourself. And I just think it's a really great sport for people who just don't, have never gone through a sport before, because there's no pressure of like, oh, I need to be better than all these other people in order to get a spot on the team, or I need to compete at this certain level to like be put onto this position or whatever. So I just think it's a really good sport for people who just want to join a sport for fun and want to experience the sport and a team and a community and great coaches. And I think that that's something that's really important when you're considering joining a sport of any sorts. And I think cross country and track is something that really is good at offering that.
Yeah, I think Kaileena kind of said it all. Yeah.
Yeah. The community, the people, the coaches, the sport, everything about it is just amazing. And anyone can be on the team, so you should definitely come out and join.
Yes.
Yep.
We love anyone to join.
That I don't know how to put things into words correctly. I think what you guys said is very motivating for me personally to join. I'm not a good runner. I actually don't like running a lot because it's a little difficult for me personally. But like, I'm gonna try to get on the team. As you guys said, there's no tryouts, so that's good for me. And to anyone else who's worried about like trying out and trying to like practice, because I know preseason is like happening right now, and I have people right now doing preseason to practice and everything else. I decided not to do preseason because I have a bunch of things to do and everything else. But I hope to join track this season and get to meet you guys there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're interested in joining, you can go talk to Miss Bustila, and she'll tell you about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss B is an advocate for everybody joining, so don't feel scared to talk to her. She will make your day, and she will make you feel very comfortable.
Yes.
So, yes, we love Miss B.
We love Miss B.
And yes, we do. She has tried convincing every math class of hers to join cross country this season. She even tried to convince me to do it. She's trying to convince people to do track this season too, if I'm correct. She's been on it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining. So sorry for the interruptions. Thank you for our lovely producer Billy.
Yes, go Billy.
Yeah, he's behind the scenes right now. We won't show his face for credibility issues and liability issues. he might try to sue us. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming, and I hope you guys have a really nice day.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Join cross country.
Yeah.
It's like a really fun sport.
Yeah.